is going on, everyone? Where did we leave off? Alright, so if you're just tuning into this series, let's just tilt this down. If you're just tuning into this series, I'm creating a YouTube studio in my garage where I can also do video production and photography and really whatever comes my way. Last time we were here, in the first episode, I had horrible audio, so I hope that is fixed now. I took a little bit of a deeper dive into it. Being a lighting guy, I never really think that much of audio, and I learned my lesson. So let's get into it. So I've lit this space already, so you didn't have to really watch me do that, but I'm going to break it down in this video and show you how I've lit this space. And we're going to do a couple setups. We're going to do this setup, and we'll take a look at the setup over here. This is a standing setup. I will have a table here eventually. There will be an overhead camera. A lot of these equipment that I'm using, you may not have access to. It is fairly pricey, and the only reason I can afford it is because it makes me money back because I work freelance in the real world. If you're not making much, if you're not just entering into the YouTube space or what have you, use available light. Use stand by a window. Maybe we'll make a video about that sometime. But just to let you know, this may be slightly out of your reach, but anyways. Let's get back to it. When I do my lighting setups, I like to start with the backlight so that the key and the fill and any of the set lights aren't interfering with what we're seeing, just this little accent here. In this case, I'm using a 2-bank Kino. Kinos are relatively inexpensive, especially the older ones are just fluorescent bulbs like what I have. You can find them relatively cheap used online. So, we've got the 2-bank Kino. Now, we have the 300X. It has a light dome 2 on it and some diffusion and an egg crate to kind of to direct the light towards me and not spill as much on the set behind me. There is a tiny bit of spill, that's just because we're in a small room, and yeah, it's fine. I like more dramatic lighting, so I like a little bit of contouring on the face. The way I have it now is called, the Rembrandt. Most people put it that way, where it has this little pocket of light right here, but mostly shadow on this side. But I also don't like dark circles under the eyes. Like, you can get that a lot when you have a higher up key light. So I actually have this foam core right here. It's just sitting off frame, and let's see if we can see, that's without it, and that's with it, right? So it makes a little bit of difference without having to put another light here. I just bounce the light from the key light off of the board and onto my face to kind of fill that in, and then you can kind of see the backlight is still here, kicking on there. So that's it for lighting the subject. I usually like to light the subject first before the background, and I like to light them separately because then you can have more control over your exposures and everything. And balance everything out. So let's move on to the backgrounds. I have some Aperture MCs in here. I'll just open up my Sidus app. You get on your phone here, so I can turn on the lamp there, and we can turn on this light and this light. And so those are the Aperture MCs. They are relatively cheap. I think they're like $90 a pop. I actually have a wireless charging case that I made for them. You can check that video down below. The lights are actually awesome because, let me show you. Here's one thing. That's cool about these is that they're magnetic. And so for me to hang them on that shelf there, I found these clips from blinds that I just had lying around just over there, and I clipped them on there, and then they wrap around the shelf and hold it there. So that's kind of the fun thing about these type of lights. Let's put that back. So just like that. We have lights. The only light I have left is the light up here, which is another 2-bank Kino. I have it mounted to the ceiling with a grip head and I've actually got it in fed into the spigot of the grip head, and then the grip head is clamped onto a piece of wood that was there already. And then I fed the head cable, which is really awesome with these lights because it's so long. I fed it all the way across the ceiling and down and over there, so it doesn't actually, there's no cables on the ground or anything hanging from above. And then that will light up whatever's on this pegboard. So let's go turn that on. And that's what that looks like. So whatever we hang on the walls and whatever we have on the shelves will be nicely lit now. And then we move over to the other standing position into this. All I had to do was move my 300X over, raise it up. I put my 2-bank Kino on this side, and my fill is just right here, and we're good to go. All the set lights stay the same, everything else stays the same. Just move those 2 lights over and the fill. And that's it. Nice and easy. If you guys are digging this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It makes a world of difference. I have lots of videos lined up for you guys. The next one is we're going to stage this set. We're going to put some skateboards on the wall. We're going to put some other artifacts on the shelves there. And I'll take you along the journey of how I curate that. Curate? Whatever. Anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll catch you later.